Hello, hello. This is our fourth podcast now.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
I'm Gabby Coburn.
And I'm Kat Galarraga.
And this is
Besties Unfiltered.
Yeah, welcome to our fourth session.
I can't believe it.
We're here. We've made it through the first three.
I know,
and
yay.
thank you for everyone who's been watching and listening. If you've been watching our videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you're listening to us, we're located on
Spotify and Apple. And you can watch us on Spotify as well.
That's so cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, it's
When
really
you
cool.
sent me that notification, I was like, that's amazing.
I know. We
love
need to
it.
use all this video content everywhere we can.
Yeah, and right now we are kind of sweaty and our hair is not what it was an hour ago. We are located in Wellington right now, Wellington, Florida, and the Wellington Equestrian Festival is going on.
Yeah, it's so fun.
We went over there to go see a couple of friends, and we have friends who have some booths there, so we did a photo shoot for them.
And all the pretty horses.
They are so beautiful.
I was telling her on the way there, horses are so magical.
They are. She called them the elephants of South Florida. I don't
It's
know
true.
how I feel
It's
about
like
them.
a small version of it. They're just majestic.
They are majestic. Now, I don't know. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, elephants have this, like...
Yeah, it's like an aura. It's just like a... They're magical.
Oh, okay. Now I get it.
You get it.
I
Okay,
didn't
it
understand.
registered.
Yeah, I didn't understand the analogy there, but now I do. And you're right. They are.
That's not something you hear every day, so I'm sure it just took a sec to...
It did, to register. But that's why we look the way we do. Our hair is a mess.
It's okay. We
We're
made
sorry,
it.
but
That's
we're
all that
here,
matters.
And we are so glad you've now entered the group chat with us today.
Yes.
Because we have something really special going on.
It's a juicy one today. It's so fun. And you guys are participating in it. Our listeners are participating. This is the best thing for us to do.
Yeah, and so if you follow us on Instagram, Kat and I recently did like a question/poll to get your worst or best dating stories. Since we've entered the month of February, you know, the season of love, we really wanted to get those juicy stories, maybe
Yes.
one that you've never told anyone before,
They're so good.
and share it. I shared on my stories, and I said, you know, please send in your stories, and if you're doubting sending it in, do it, because there might be someone out there who can relate to you,
Yeah.
or you might give hope to someone else if it's a really
Yeah.
good story. So it's good to share and learn from each other's experiences, as well as have a little laugh
Yeah.
in between.
Just like there's good, there's the bad, and sometimes it takes a few bad ones to get to the really good ones.
Yeah. So thank you for everyone who sent it in, and if you didn't, we'll have another one coming up.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be plenty
Yeah,
you
we'll
can
do
choose
one.
from to come.
Do you want to start off with yours?
Yeah, let's start. Okay, let's start off on a good note with like a good, cute story. So this was sent in, and she wrote, best was a sunset gondola boat ride around Newport Harbor with a 4-course meal and a gondolier. I guess that's a person who's on the gondola, like riding, or I don't know how you really
I
call
have no
that.
idea.
But he's the one that like sings as he's like pushing you through the ride in Italian. So how cute is that setting?
Beautiful. That's like out of a movie.
Literally. I'm pretty sure that's been in a few movies.
Yeah.
In a good
Oh, yeah,
way.
right.
In a good way. Like he got some good insight on
so
that.
beautiful. And guys who are
Pretty.
listening, take notes.
Yeah, that sounds really like personal too. It's like just you and him, like intimate. Well, person singing in Italian,
I
but
hope
at
they're
least it's
still
like
together
live.
because that's a really good date to have. And then
That's
if
really
they're not
cute.
together, that's a nice memory to have.
Yeah.
And, maybe a good friendship came out of it.
Clearly, it was memorable to this person, so they made a good impression.
Since you did a happy one, I'll do a happy one too.
Okay.
Okay, so best first date.
Okay.
5/29/13, so 2013,
Okay.
with the love of my life.
Oh.
Rocco's Tacos for guac and margs, followed by Cucina. If you guys have ever
Local.
been
Good local spot.
to Palm Beach, Florida, Cucina's. Great pizza. I think after 1 a.m.
Yeah, I think they still do that.
So they went to Cucina's for back alleyway first kiss.
Oh, that alley has seen it all.
Yeah. Ooh, an alleyway kiss. Man. 5 years later, engaged, married. Oh, 5 years later, got engaged, married a year later, and now almost 10 years together.
Wow.
And we have 2 amazing babies and one on the way.
Oh,
one more on the way.
You didn't even know.
I didn't know. Oh my God, I'm gonna
Well,
cry.
congrats.
So yeah, this is from my friend.
Don't say names, or did they say?
I said, thanks for sharing. Do you want me to share your name? You can share.
Well, here's a good
Ashley.
announcement.
Yeah, Ashley, congratulations. That's beautiful.
Oh my gosh, you heard it first. Like, what a great way to start.
Beautiful. Yeah. Good one. Love that story.
Wow.
That's a nice
Kachina for the win.
Yeah, good
Look
job.
at that. It all started in the alleyway at Kachina.
So there's some hope if you're looking for someone to marry and have babies with. Go to Kachina's.
Literally. It's a good start. Okay, so now let's share one of the bad ones. Okay, so this was a first date, clearly. So they had been talking for a while, and it turns out he wasn't the height he said he was. I'm pretty sure she exaggerated. He was like 4'5", so it's just short. I don't think he's 4'5", but that was very exaggerated in my opinion.
Okay.
But let's give him some wiggle room. 5 feet. A lot shorter than he said he was. Talked like Mickey. It's a super high-pitched voice.
Okay.
And the worst thing is that he acted like he was this big, like, macho man, like, hot stuff.
See, why? No one should lie about who they are.
No, don't lie. Don't start off with that.
Yeah, be truthful to yourself. And
Short kings. They're having a moment right now.
Yeah.
Short king.
There's nothing wrong about height.
No.
There's nothing wrong. Okay, the sound of your voice, that's fine. Everyone has a different pitch. But, like, when you lie about it, that's when it makes it worse.
100%.
Yeah. Poor girl.
Height isn't a big thing. I think a lot of girls always kind of like, what do you like? A girl's going to say, oh, like, I like this, I like that. You're asking.
Yeah, they have, like, a checklist.
That doesn't mean you have to be that height.
No. And it's funny because you might have a checklist right now.
Yeah.
But once you do find that person and you have a connection,
Goes
they're
out the
not
window.
going to they're not going to check everything off that list, and it's going to be okay. You're going to be fine with it because the love is so much stronger.
Yeah, chemistry.
The chemistry is a lot. It weighs more.
I don't know. That voice would kind of bother me, though. A high-pitched voice.
You can take classes. You can take
You're
classes.
going to make them change their
You can take classes. There's everything you can fix. You can change things.
What if you, like, slowly, if you're, like, dating them, you just slowly start putting, like, only, like, men with, like, low voice, like, songs or something. Get them, like, you don't even realize it, but it's slowly, like, changing his voice.
Influencing them.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea because I might do that with, like, TV shows. We start watching and I'm like, hey, babe, look at that. No, I'm kidding. Okay, I'm gonna
That was a good one, though. I feel like that's really relatable because a lot of guys do lie, or, like, on dating sites, they'll be like, I'm 6'3", you get there, it's, like, 5'5".
Catfish. It's a thing.
Just put your real height.
Yeah.
It's okay. There's plenty of short girls. I'm 5'3". I don't mind a short guy.
I'll say a catfish story that I received. It was a voice note, and this person sent a voice note, and I was like, yes, you are like me. I send voice notes.
Yeah.
But then it was harder. I had to take notes, so I knew what to say today. But your voice note was very appreciated, so thank you for sending that in. Okay, so this person said and I might get some things wrong, but that's okay, because it's just like little details.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was on Tinder or Hinge or something, but he was talking to a girl.
Okay.
Beautiful pictures, blonde, gorgeous. And he said, okay, he made the initiative, we're going to go on a date. He scheduled time to pick her up at her house.
Okay.
And when he got close to where her address was, he called her just to say, hey, like, I'm a couple minutes away.
Good heads up.
This voice answers, and it's a little bit deeper than he expected, and with very strong Russian or Ukrainian accent. I can't do it.
Yeah,
I don't know if I should.
I wouldn't try.
I don't know.
I won't. But if you
I'm
want
part
to give
Ukrainian,
it a go,
but
go for
I
it.
can't. Hello. And so then he's like, okay, that threw me off. But
Yeah.
he's like, hey, I'm 5 minutes away. Maybe in his head he was just like, it was
Overthinking. Yeah.
So he just left it. Got to the door, rang the doorbell. And now, mind you, this person is very tall.
Okay.
He's very tall, and so he opened the door, and she was taller than him. I think he's like 6'2".
So he's pretty tall to begin with.
And she was like either same height and
Wow.
big. She was a big girl. And he looked at her, and she knew what she did. She had posted photos of someone else.
Yeah. Catfish.
A catfish. And she knew it. And she's like, look, I know I don't look like my photos.
Oh, no.
And I'm sorry. And if you want to go home, that's okay. Like, I understand. And he goes, F it, let's go. And he took her out.
Good for him.
Except It was awful. It was awkward. He said the whole date was awkward.
Chance.
He took a chance. And you know what? I hope there are a lot of guys out there who do take a chance.
Yeah.
Because sometimes photos, even if it is her photos, obviously sometimes we position ourselves a certain way in a photo. We make ourselves look
better.
What we think is better, even though
all glammed up.
Yeah. And so I'm glad that he still took her out and took that chance. But he said it didn't end up very well. Long story short, the date was over. That was
didn't work out.
Maybe a couple weeks later, a couple months later, he's walking down in a downtown area, and he sees a girl, and he's like, she looks so familiar. And he looks at his phone. It's the pictures that the girl had posted and used to
So it was the other girl, okay, in the actual
photos.
photos.
He went up to her, and she also had a Ukrainian-Russian accent. And so he's like, he put it together. He's like, oh, they must have been friends, and she was helping her out. But like, what are the chances that you run into the person that was the photo you used?
Did he end up dating the other girl?
No,
or,
he didn't.
Okay. He
just
let her know.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's good to know that you were
but I thought that was
somewhere on the...
very interesting story. And if I missed a little details on there, I'm sorry, but overall, I think I got it, and it's very interesting.
Goodness.
And I wonder if that happens to a lot of people.
There's two examples where vice versa.
That's
so
right.
just as men do it, women do it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, key notes to take from that is just be honest. Just be upfront. Use your own pictures. They don't have to be, all filtered, all glam. Like, yeah, you want to look cute. Do your hair, like makeup. But don't use somebody else's pictures.
Yeah. that you draw the line
Yeah,
there.
draw a line. Use your own photos. Okay, so this one was sent in. These were some bad scenarios. So went on a date with someone and they dropped their napkin on the floor, picked it up, put it right next to their plate of food.
Oh, that's gross.
Cringe.
Yeah, you must be a very dirty person. Oh, God, just think.
I mean, maybe they were just nervous and the reaction was done on the table. Like, put it on your lap, if that. But on the table, next to your plate.
Okay, think about it. Someone went to let's just picture this. You're at a restaurant. People go to the bathroom. They walk to the bathroom. Bathrooms are not clean.
No,
they walk
come back.
And they sit down. Napkin falls on the floor where they just walked. Gross.
Yeah. I mean, but what do you do at that point? Are you going to get up? Are you going to, do you want me to ask for another napkin at least? Or another plate setting?
I mean, yeah, I would say, hey, don't worry about it. I'll ask someone for another napkin. I would kind of make it
at least, yeah.
Because like you said, if they were nervous.
They're probably not even thinking or associating it. They're just, like, their nerves are going. Like, that. Me thinking positively and not just like,
we're giving her the benefit of the doubt here. Man, that's kind of gross.
So this was a two-parter. So the other part is, another one was during the date, they asked me questions about my Instagram profile where I had a picture of my sister and brother-in-law at their wedding. She asked me, who's that girl? Why is she on your profile? So basically giving them that, who is this? And one of the first dates.
And the thing is, that girl was in a wedding photo. Like, it wasn't like it looked like it was his date.
Right.
Oh, she's already
red
too
flag.
Much. Yeah, red flag.
Red flag.
Out the door.
Yeah. If somebody, especially early, I would say within the first 3 to 5 dates, like, nobody should be like, who is this on your profile? Like, if they're on there, obviously you weren't dating them because you're single and on a date now. Or if it's like an interest, you would be seeing them, not this new person. So, I don't know.
Too much.
Too soon.
Yeah, red flags. That's another thing. You need to, when you see a red flag.
Or trust your gut, too. Yeah.
There's a reason why that made you feel a certain way. Okay, ready? Mm-hmm. This is, I feel like this is going to be a juicy one. Okay.
This is a good one.
Went on a date with a friend to a BYOB Mexican restaurant. Oh. He showed up wasted with a handle of tequila and a jumbo bottle of wine. I was like, okay, laugh out loud. And then he said to the waitress while slurring his words, can you please make us a sangria and margaritas? She likes both.
Okay.
And I kind of made a face at her, and he's like, yes. Mm-hmm. So, sorry. So he goes, the waitress asked, like, does she like both? And she was kind of, the girl on the date was like making a face, like, kind of like, no, like, get the signal. But he was like, no, she does.
So he was ordering for them, basically.
For the two of us.
Okay.
So then she comes back with 4 pictures of both for the two of us. Not to mention he was blacked out. He couldn't even function by the time the food came. When the bill came, he said, "Can you please wrap the drinks?" And she's like, "What?" Like he tells the waitress.
Wrap them what, to go?
Yeah, to go. Oh my, this is a red flag.
Someone's a little.
Yeah, this is not you're nervous and you're drinking.
Yeah,
this is
that's
like
a little
excessive.
Yeah.
She puts them in 25 containers that usually would hold the size of rice.
Oh my God.
And he made me take them home.
That's so embarrassing. Like to walk out with that many
what
things.
A cheap person too. Like
it's not cheap. I mean, I get it. It's an excessive amount of alcohol, but to take it with you, don't order it in the first place. Like drink as you go.
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh my God, no, that's a red flag. That's an alcoholic red flag.
Yeah, I mean, starting out, if you're already getting there a little, done.
Yeah.
That was your first red flag. Then come and order that many, and then to take it home, you already had 3 red flags in one.
And the fact that he was a friend of a friend. Like, you probably had trust in that friend.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I'm going to go on a date. He's probably going to be fine. That's not okay.
I feel like the friend should have kind of had, a heads up on,
warning.
A problem if there was one.
Yeah, at that point, I would have been like, okay, I'll bring Alka-Seltzer for him later or something. But
He's
dang.
gonna need it.
Yeah, alcohol can make it or break it, I think.
Okay, well, back to a cute one.
Okay.
I dated this guy who didn't come from a lot of money, which was totally okay, but took me on the most creative dates. Oh, I love that. I love when people put so much thought into things. Okay.
Yeah.
So they went on dates such as batting cages, followed by sushi picnic on the roof of a parking garage, and then I guess while they were at the parking garage, there was a meteor shower. So how much thought went into that date? Don't need a lot of money. It's super thoughtful. Let's pick up some food to go. Make it romantic. Oh,
see, that shows you
it's the thought behind it, the care. Yeah,
and
that's
the creativity.
Beautiful.
You don't need money. You don't need to go to the most expensive restaurant.
No, not at all.
Just a good time with something new, something fun where you can connect with that person. That's really sweet.
That's a 10 out of 10 in my book. And then same person had a bad experience. So another person had cooked for them on their birthday and ended up breaking up with them the day of their birthday. He was like, I feel so bad. This girl was bawling her eyes out. And then she was like, you couldn't just wait one day, on her birthday. Brutal. People have, no remorse, on a birthday.
What do you think should have happened?
Wait for the next day. Don't do it on her birthday, at least for her not to have that memory. Because people are going to associate, I always remember my birthday based on, the previous one. What did I do? You're going to remember. It's going to still be fresh.
Yeah.
Birthdays are memorable. Don't do that. Don't ruin a birthday.
Yeah, don't ruin.
Shouldn't cry on your birthday.
What's that song? There's a song that says,
don't cry on your birthday.
And
I'll cry if I want to.
Yeah, it's my, what is it? It's my birthday? No, it's my party.
Yeah.
And I'll cry. I won't sing for you guys anymore.
Oh, no, that was cute, but she definitely didn't want to cry.
So this is kind of, I have one, and it's a little bit of a dry humor, dark humor.
Okay.
And funny. So just preparing yourself.
Okay, let's keep an open mind.
Okay. After my dad passed away,
oh,
yeah, a few weeks later, I connected with someone at a wedding that I briefly dated years ago. We had a great time and ended up going on a few dates. He ended up coming to my dad's celebration of life, which was nice as I had known him for some time, but he had never met my family or anything. Okay.
Okay, well, it's kind of a nice gesture for him to show up. It's something important to her.
So he ends up staying until the end, as we're leaving the funeral home, my mother hands him my dad's ashes to carry to her car because she thought he was the funeral home director. I just got chills.
That is so awful.
And then she put a whole bunch of crying, sad face, but also
how uncomfortable for both of them. The girl just as much as him.
I have chills right now. She says it was funny as hell, but yeah, it didn't work out.
Poor guy. He probably just wants to. You could have been the perfect girl, and that just situation must have made him super uncomfortable.
I mean, what would you have done?
Did he take them? Like, did
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
he was
probably
just, okay, yeah,
I would have
I'll
gone
help
with
you out. Yeah.
it. F it. I would have been like, yeah, I'll take them.
Yeah,
I'll take it,
at that situation. I mean, the mom's not thinking clearly. She's in a,
yeah, it's a
not a great
time.
state. It's timing.
Timing.
That just wasn't the right timing for you guys.
Yes.
But he was very sweet for going and even doing that.
Yeah, and rest in peace to your dad.
Yes.
And, I know that must have been very
really hard, yeah.
Okay. I think we have time for a few more.
Okay, so this one was literally like a new one that just rolled in, and boy, is it juicy. So, okay. So she like called her story. I thought you knew.
Oh my goodness.
She titled it and everything. This one's going to be a little bit longer, but it's good.
Okay.
So.
And no names.
No names,
okay, no names.
So this is a seasonal girly, which is very common here in Florida. Some people go back up north, come back, seasonal girl.
Okay.
So comes, meets him down here. They hang out. They start hanging out. Yeah.
Okay. They're meeting in South Florida.
Exactly. So they meet up. They start hanging out, dating. Literally 2 years together. Like rented out a house. And after these 2 years, they kind of go their separate ways. They're kind of like, okay, like I went through the thing. Like we're okay. Literally 2 days later, she finds somebody else. Like she ends up hooking up with this person. Like hanging out. All new, romance comes in. Great chemistry. So then somehow she rekindles back with the first guy. Things didn't work out with this newer guy, and now they're like kind of back on. Through the grapevine of South Florida, which is very common. Everybody seems to know each other.
Currently? Is this something that's happening now? Do you know?
I don't know. Okay. This is just a story they told me. Okay. But through the grapevine, this girl ended up then finding out that he was married.
No.
The one that she's been with for 2 years.
No.
To a man.
This is...
Nowadays, you just can't, you don't know, you can't tell.
That's true.
Not at all.
It's tricky out there. Now there's more people in the playing game.
Okay, so...
I'm just more like, I can't believe this person
it gets
is married.
better.
Oh, it gets better?
It gets better. So then, turns out his reasoning or excuse is because of his citizenship. So he's, like, from Europe, somewhere in Europe, and he's like, okay, this kind of works out. His partner is very, like, openly gay, so it's just kind of, like, iffy for her. She's kind of like, what is going on here?
He's still, like, I'm pretty sure you have to show proof, like, 2 years being together and proof that you guys are, like, in love. This is not, you can't just...
It's not just like, I don't know how they got away with that, but so that happened.
It's intense.
And then she ends up still hanging out with him and like, oh, like, I believe you, like...
All right, so she's going with it.
Situation. She's going with it. The chemistry must be really good. And quote, I guess he ends up...
Quote, unquote, the chemistry.
The chemistry must be good. And so she ends up getting him a nice gift because he's going on a trip back to Europe, back home. So it's like, let me get him a real, like, luxurious gift, gets him something. And I guess when he opens it, he, like, texts her, calls her, like, I read your card. And that was it. Like, no thank you, no nothing, like, super cold. So...
Do we know he's still married?
At that point, yes.
Does the other person know? Does she say anything about the other person?
She didn't tell me those details, but, I mean...
Okay. Oh my, that is
so
juicy.
They stayed in touch while he was over there, like, had great chemistry, like, while they were away, like, still kept in touch. So then she finds out he comes back when she's still here as well, totally ghosted her. No, like, information, no, hey, I'm here, no heads up. And unfortunately for her, like, they still see each other through other, friends and things, which makes it super uncomfortable for her. But
gosh, that awkwardness.
It ended at now he's getting divorced, or is officially divorced. I don't know if he's getting divorced or in the process of it, and she still has to deal with him.
Could he have married her and got the citizenship and just made this a lot easier?
Well, he was married before or during.
Oh, he met her after. That's bad timing.
Yeah.
Because if he really does love her, he could have made this a lot easier.
Right, but no, it was through his other partner.
Oh, my God, what a story.
I know. I was like, whoo, girl.
That
like,
is...
married and then to a man, and then it's for citizenship, and now he's divorced, and you still have to deal with him. Just try to avoid him at all costs. Not good.
I would just turn the other way.
Don't bother. Don't deal with
him
anymore.
Past.
Yep.
I wonder if we have room for one more.
All right. Is it a quicker one than mine?
I have a short one.
Okay, let's go.
So this person said, ha ha ha. She started off, ha ha ha. I have so many awkward dates. But this one, she's like, I'll submit this one.
Okay.
So we met online in New York. We met up at a Mexican restaurant. Seems like a trend in, I don't know if the other one was in New York. Seems like a trend. And so they met up at a Mexican restaurant, bottomless drinks.
It's the drinks that get you. It's the bottomless
He
drinks.
also looked nothing like his photos.
Oh.
We started drinking, and I felt bad. And
You started looking better after a few drinks.
and we kept just moving venues and ended up drinking all day. And then going to a nice dinner in Brooklyn.
Oh, that's nice.
He made me pay for the Uber
Oh.
for both of us. And we stopped at his place. I didn't go in. I just wasn't into it.
Okay.
A few days later, he sent me a request on Venmo for $200 for the date. I've never heard of anyone doing that.
Don't pay, first of all, or I hope you didn't. And second of all, don't talk to him again.
Yeah, he looks like he was
first
just looking
date.
for like a good time and I'll get her to pay.
Yeah.
That is insane.
The thing with me, it's like if he covered like a really expensive dinner, okay, I understand you get the Uber. Like that's fine. Like it's a little bit less. It's like one thing you could add to it that I could maybe throw in there. That makes sense to me. But paying for the dinner on top of the Uber and it was like a good dinner. It wasn't just like a whatever.
That is no. And even if he was
don't
like,
deserve
go on
that.
another date and don't worry, I'll pay for the next one. No, you made me pay for the first one.
Yeah.
No way.
It's like a first impression thing.
And I know like people are like, oh well, girls can ask guys on dates.
I'm
and
old
we're-
school.
Me too.
I'm
and
very traditional.
I let you. If you're gonna take me on a first date.
Yeah.
You better pay for me.
Or if you don't have the means, like make something romantic, thoughtful, on a budget. Pick up some food. Go look at the meteor shower, whatever
Yeah.
it is. Like plan something out.
I might be okay also with splitting the check.
Yeah.
I'm all okay.
It's a little bit better.
Yeah, I'll split the check if these like, hey, like, do you want to split? If he kind of like asks for it, then
Yeah.
I know. But this
No.
I have a lot more that have came in, and I would love to share. But maybe we'll do
a two-parter maybe, yeah.
for the next one.
So give us your stories, put them in the comments, or just DM us and
Direct
we'll
message.
share them.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe.
Yes, please give this video a thumbs up.
And follow us on Spotify and Apple.
Yep.
Apple
Podcast. Yeah, same
Apple
thing.
Podcast. Thanks for watching.
Thanks so much. Bye.